Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. It's DJ Impact. We got here Matt Michaels, and we also have Simon Street. We don't have Sin City with us tonight. He's actually out of town. He was at a wedding, and we actually maybe should take this time to even shout out our Storm and Mormon. You maybe heard his name across the show a few times. Definitely a supporter of the show, a friend of the show. John is his real name. Congratulations, man. He's now a married man, so he's now going to kind of hang out in me with me now with the married people. So shout out to John and shout out to Steve representing the Vegas Bad Boys, going out there, and I know they have been friends for a while as well. So
So, so
yes,
Steve got married to John.
no, he didn't get married. No.
No.
He's attending a wedding that John was getting married. Yeah,
He's actually officiating. That's what I heard. I heard the news is that he's officiating the wedding.
wouldn't that be
Possibly. And he probably could, to be honest with you.
You never know. But yeah, so that's that, guys. All right. We're going to get right into the show. This is Wrestling Talk. We're going to talk about this week's past wrestling when we always kick it off with our four-way stop. So let's do that right now. All right, highlights of the week. Let me start with you. Simon Street, what stood out to you this past week?
Well, there was a whole bunch of dang on wrestling that I actually consumed this week. First one to be Raw. Bailey, Kai, Sky. That's what I'm going to call them. Bailey, Kai, Sky. The YYYs. Basically, rough
It's
shopping.
interesting they don't have
Picking
a
names.
group name yet.
Well, who knows? Because, they have Dakota Kai and then EO Sky, and then Bailey needs to have something with a Y at the end. But anyways, besides the fact, they did exactly what they did when they premiered their little trio group at SummerSlam. They went through Raw and just let the women's division know, look, we here. We don't give a shit who you are. We're going to take over. And I thought it was pretty cool. Some other stuff that, happened basically during the week. Man, what a hell of a goddamn match. NXT 2.0, Solo Sikoa versus Van Wagner. Street fight. Awesome match, as what was expected. Really, I'm telling you right now, Solo Sikoa, and I'm sure all of us can agree, he's really coming to his own. And so much for the fact, I don't know how much more season he really needs, just in general. So good, bigs up to him. AEW, Adam Cole is back. And I had a little meeting with the Undisputed Era. And I think they must have listened to Michaels and yourself, Impact, because they also, too, can't stand the Young Bucks and proceeded to let them know you ain't elite, at least undisputed, that is. And then, a Cowboy came out, and so that might happen, go down. SmackDown, Ricochet, channeling his inner Drake. That's the highest level of light-skinnedness. When we reach that level, we enter our inner Drake. And apparently he wanted to talk some crap about Happy Corbin and actually got a pinfall on him. It's actually really good. In other news, Kendo Stick Kingston beat the crap out of Eric from the Viking Raiders. And then also, too, enjoyed the match on Dynamite, Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. It's pretty much what I got into this week.
Okay. Let me go to you, Matt Michaels. What you got?
Boy, I had to think there for a second because when you said Kendo Stick Kingston, I'm like, how the fuck did Eddie Kingston show up on what? Oh god, yeah, they have the same name. Shit.
Right.
Montez Ford versus Seth Rollins. What a nice showing again for Montez. Boy, he's going to be something else as a singles wrestler when he gets a chance. Bailey and company attacking Bliss and Asuka. That was just it was good throughout the night what they're doing with them. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with that. Frazier versus Carmelo Hayes on NXT was a really nice match to see. And gotta give a shout out. So you had Joe Gacy and of course Dyad, and they did some creepy talking, and then Gacy wrestled. But after when Gacy was cutting a little bit of a promo afterwards, you can hear an NXT fan yell out,
"Oh yeah, I remember."
Casey likes pineapple on pizza. And I think that was the best thing I think I've ever heard a
I
fan
did
yell
hear
out.
that. Yeah.
Was
So,
pretty standoutish.
yeah, well, I mean, let's face it. One of the major insults that you could tell someone is that they like pineapple on pizza. So,
Listen, we
yeah,
know we've had that debate so many times, and yeah, it always comes out to be kind
The
of like,
world is divided. The
yeah.
world is divided on that one. Mhm.
Anything else, man?
nah, that's
Okay,
it.
cool. Yeah, man. I mean, you guys really did hit the points as well. For me, I would say I actually enjoyed the Ricochet Happy Corbin match. You know, I mean, it was definitely a fast paced, tight match. So it was good to see where that was going to go for Impact Wrestling. One of the ones I have to shout out, Masha Slamovich versus Giselle Shaw. The match was okay, but really they're building Masha Slamovich to just be a beast. She's, I guess, 14-0, knocking people out within seconds. Um, and this was also just a really good match. So I'm loving the development that they're doing with her. You can already tell she's going to be a future knockouts champion. The Diamond Mine and the D'Angelo family, I thought that was really great. I One of the things I'll talk about what I'm looking out for when that segment comes, but overall that was a really great match as well. And Raw was just full of just great stuff. I don't even know where to start, but one of the things I will Bianca and Io Sky, great match for that. Uh, you can just imagine all the matches you can get now having Io there and Dakota there. And of course, Bailey, we've seen some matches with a lot of them already, but it's just going to be great to see all of them. And even Ciampa and Gable, that pin that he had, Pin and Gable, I thought that was really Ciampa's. Listen, we already know what he could do, and he's just showing himself off on Raw. I just can't wait to see more of what he's going to come up with. So
Wait until Johnny Wrestling's back.
I know. That's going to be amazing, right? All right, let's go right into our Too Sweet for the week. All right, how about you, Michaels? I'll let you start off. What was your Too Sweets for the week?
Well, yeah, Solo and Vaughn, that street fight was something else. Just what's impressive is that if you look, Solo is not the biggest guy. All right,
Right.
he's not the tallest, of the wrestlers, and he's wrestling barefooted, so therefore he doesn't have the advantage of lifts.
Right.
So when you're wrestling a guy like Vaughn, who is legitimately a huge motherfucker,
Mm-hmm.
you have to come off as a tough son of a bitch. And there's no doubt that what he's been doing with that character has allowed for that to be happening. So, that's something that just was overall just really a nice, a nice story, nice stuff to see. And then you got to give it up for Chance and Carter Nash winning the NXT Women's titles.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That
didn't
was
know they brought back Carter Nash, so it was kind of cool to. That was him, right?
right.
Not likely.
Well, either way, the two females who won the tag titles in NXT, congratulations! Now we'll see what the hell happens with that. So,
Well, it only took him 3 years.
yeah.
All right, I'll let me jump in this one. So, big shout out for Pat McAfee commenting on his kick using the
Yes.
telescripture. That was the greatest. I mean, you can tell football season is on its way. He did a great job just circling her. He said, "This is my Bigfoot, and I had to aim it at this little bitty thing right here." Which of course was his small package. Oh God, great stuff there. And then what was also cool is he actually had a football that he literally signed and kicked into the audience. Pat McAfee, dude, that guy is just becoming just a saint, and everything that he does. Shout out to him. All right. Other moment for me, PCO versus Luke Gallows had a match from the Good Brothers. They had a street hardcore match, and PCO pretty much dissembled the entire ring. And at some point after that, I'm talking about pulling up the mat, pulling up the the cushion, and now you got the actual hardwood. So they're fighting. At one point, Luke Gallows actually choke slams PCO through the ring. Okay, so it's amazing to see what the wrestling companies are doing with these rings right now, because he got put all the way through. It was like, where is he? It was a great match. Shout out to PCO. I'm still amazed the stuff this guy does at his age. It's just amazing. Shout out to the contract signing with JD McDonough and Braun. Braun. So
Breaker.
Yeah, JD, dude, this guy, and I'll just go over just a little bit in OT. JD is really showing himself. I really like. He talks with confidence to the point where nothing really scares him, or to a point where he's not afraid. And I like that, because a lot of people, if they're going to go against someone like a Braun, they may even if they talk crap, you can still see they fear. JD's a person that just really seems like he don't care about height, weight, muscles, or anything. And I love how he just punched a hole in his finger to sign a contract. That was definitely too sweet for that.
Rich in blood.
Yeah. The last thing I'll also mention, Ciampa AJ Styles. Yes. Sign me up. Anytime that comes on, I want to watch it from beginning to end. Again, I mentioned Ciampa before, but that was just absolutely too sweet. All right, Simon Street, man. What do you have?
You know what? To be completely honest with you, you said AJ Styles, Mustafa Ali, and Miz. Especially the last part of how that match went down. First and foremost, let me just shout out to AJ Styles, one of the best in the business, bar none, 100%. That match was amazing, and especially toward the end when pretty much Ali hit I think it was a 450 splash on the Miz, and then right when he pops up, AJ grabs him, puts him in the Styles Clash, and man, it was just well sequenced and everything. From start to finish, that match was great. And if you even look at AJ Styles the last week, him and Ali, I think they were in a match that was good too. So AJ's on his way up. And then in other news comes from Dynamite. To be honest with you, I was thoroughly entertained by the dumpster match. First, let me break this down why I found this interesting. Number one, you would think Billy Gunn's sons of asses would learn from their father. Number one, the gimmicks that they came out. It's like they came out with each generation of the freaking father. Then second of all, you had the Acclaim bust over Billy Gunn with a trash can. Then after that, the sons proceed to get hit with the same damn trash can after they saw their father get hit with the trash can. So you can tell the apple doesn't fall far from the tree generationally. But what made that freaking cool is, the Acclaim did a little thing and they doing their freestyle and everything. And they put Vince McMahon. They said, you go get fired or make you retire like Vince McMahon. And, the crowd got a huge pop out of that one. I only give this credence to them because I always thought that they were pretty corny for the most part as far as the freestyle. But I got to give them their props for, coming out of the pocket with that one on some new stuff. And it really looked good. Other than that, the only thing that I will say that was interesting is Wardlow's World. I don't know if I like it yet. We'll have to see. But I definitely like it more than Sammy Guevara and Ty Cotty getting married or being proposed or whatever the hell's going on, because I wasn't feeling it like Kingston wasn't feeling it. And that's pretty much my too sweet for the week.
All right, let's jump into WTF. So, listen, crazy week for me, so I didn't get a chance to watch anything from AEW, which I'm sure that would have took my entire WTF 2-minute spot, and I probably went over. But one thing I will tell you, in terms of SmackDown, listen, Aaliyah she's a beautiful woman. Okay, but Girl, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like you're second guessing every move that you do in the room in that ring. I see it, and it's just like I don't know. I don't know why the confidence haven't been built as long as there has been. Um, she's been with inside with NXT, and I don't know. I mean, it was really tough just kind of watching that match with Aaliyah. So I don't know. She just got to build the confidence. That's it. But that was definitely some tough moments in that match. Also, just a teaser. If you get a chance to listen to our 3 count, uh, one of the topics is going to be about Liv. I'm still going to throw her in my WTF because once again, she got thrown off of her game. And I think that when you're at that level, you can't allow yourself to allow that to happen. I'll talk more about that in 3 count, but that would be my WTFs for the week. Let me go over to you, Simon Street. Did you find any WTFs this week?
I did find some WTFs, but one of my WTFs was Liv Morgan. Not so much what the fuck as far as the surprise. They called it mixed emotions, but it was clear to see as day. They weren't booing her because of the controversial win that she had. They were booing her because I honestly feel like it's just not a good sell on the character and what she's trying to do. Nothing against her personally. I just think that what they put her in just isn't vibing right. Unfortunately. And that's unfortunate for her because I really honestly think she could do something if they had booked her a lot differently. We'll see how it goes, but second week in a row, it's not really looking good for her. Outside of that, AEW Dynamite. Did we really, really, really need to see Matt Hardy versus Christian? Did we really need to see that? Because that sure was a miss. Like Jungle Boy trying to hit Christian on the way coming in. Didn't even touch it. Was it needed? And then they were telling Creeders like, this is the first time that they've ever competed ever. Say what? And then later on contradict themselves. Didn't they say because in AEW, Christian took a pin from Matt Hardy? Did I hear that correctly? So it didn't quite make any sense, hey, I got to call a spade, right?
Right.
I'm honest. So I was just like, what the fuck? Why am I watching this? Wasn't really thrilled. Matt Hardy and Christian.
Okay. All right, Matt Michaels, give it to us, man.
Let's start with NXT. Please keep Apollo Crews away from the Creed brothers because I keep calling him Apollo Creed. I knew that was going to happen. Hey, man, Saray's entrance. We got in picture. It's like they do a cool entrance for her and they put it on picture. SmackDown. Drew did call Roman his tribal queef.
Tribal queef. Yep.
Storm and Thunder Rosa. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter was the drizzling shits. If you want to see how not to wrestle, watch that match. It was fucking horrible. When your heel team turns on the Bucks and the fans immediately make the Undisputed Era faces, that's how much the fans give a shit about the Bucks. When you realize Matt Hardy and Christian can't wrestle anymore, what the fuck? Anna Jay just made me question if wrestling is fake. One of the worst fucking things I've ever seen anyone do in pro wrestling is try to make Anna Jay look tough by having her choke out a production person, and it was the worst fucking thing you'll ever see. Ethan Page is no longer with Dan Lambert, I guess. What the fuck was that with Stokely?
What are you doing?
Yeah. Mance Warner, 1-0 record for a fucking Battle Royal win on a fucking show from Ric Flair's retirement. Gets a match with fucking Moxley. Fucking awful. Mox bleeds again. And did either of you know that that last night Battle of the Belts 3 was on?
No, I didn't know that. I thought Battle of the Belts was when you get in trouble and your mom and your dad get to spank you.
The bad thing about when you watch some of the shows like on Saturday night is when they have a commercial for a product that's airing just it just finished as you're watching the product, and you're just like, wow, that was the most unfucking promoted thing I've seen. So I guess that happened.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right. Let's get right into what we are looking out for. All right. Simon Street, what you looking out for?
Well, we've all asked for it, especially you, Impact. Shayna Baszler,
Yes.
100% was involved on SmackDown. She punched her ticket all the way to Clash of the Castle, and by gosh, I hope WWE gets it right, because everything, the stars, the moon, the right rig-me are in place, so there should be no excuse why Liv Morgan should not be walking out of Clash at the Castle, WWE Women's SmackDown champion, unless there's some interference, possibly Ronda. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting that out there in the ether. Who knows?
Wait. Just to clarify, you did say Liv Morgan, man. Did you mean Shayna Baszler?
No, I said Liv Morgan, as she should not be coming out of Clash of the Castle as women's tag team. As women's SmackDown, because it should be Shayna. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay,
yeah. There should be no way. That's what I'm looking out for.
Yeah.
As we've all stated, and I won't go into it, it's her time. Even her coming out on SmackDown, definite different type of energy. She just looked like, I'm about to tear shit up. So I want to see the proof. So that's all I'm going to say. That's what I'm looking out for, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go here. I agree. She was on my list as well. It's hopefully it's her time. I'm a little afraid because I think they still want to ride with Liv a little bit more. But Shayna, you can. This is in terms of how I look at things. There's no reason why she should not be up there with the other top 4 women, especially when we talk about skills. It's no reason why she shouldn't be up there. And there's other great matches. Could you imagine having like a Shayna and a Ronda match? Now you can really have that MMA style / wrestling style type event, and that would just look great, right? To actually have that. I think Sonya is another one that somehow could be developed within that. Those other 2. So, but anyway, looking out for that, man. Santos Escobar, yes, back. I'm happy to see, because I'm not liking this huge. Sometimes we're not fans of the extended family. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I don't know. I'm not fan of your family.
Are you saying that publicly? The extended family? I mean, you sure you want to say that? I don't even want to say that.
I said some, okay, but I can't wait to see Santos. Man, how can you not mention Karrion Kross? Yeah, how can I be looking out for what we're gonna see him and Roman? Boy, that right there is going to be a match, and I can only imagine the build up to that. It's gonna be good stuff, man. I'm somebody else now we can look for Roman, because really we're sitting up there going, who's next? So cool. That's mine. Matt Michaels, man, what are you looking out for?
I agree. Santos Escobar being back was just wonderfully done. Great to see him back, and looking out to see where they go with that, especially Tony D being as angry as he is right now with them. Could be fun. I'm looking forward to more Tiffany Stratton and Wendy Chu promos.
Okay. Yeah.
Those 2 have the last 2 weeks put out some pretty entertaining promos. Wendy Chu a little darker, and Tiffany Stratton playing up the fact that she's an elite athlete. Just some really fun little vignettes in there, and could lead to a nice match coming up. But you guys have been kind. I'm going to be the dick and say Liv Morgan's release. I'm looking forward for that, because hopefully that will happen soon. Because man, given the ball, and whether it be their booking of her to make her look like she's just lucky to fucking be champion, You know, very reminiscent of some of the people like Nikki Cross, and I think Carmella even falls into the category of,
Mhm.
you know, champs that just kind of make you kind of scratch your head, and they don't look.
Zelina Vega,
Zelina,
but she
yeah,
wasn't a champ though.
I forgot she. Well, I guess she was tag team.
No, tag team, yeah.
Yeah, I
The
forget she's
afterthoughts.
even on the roster. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you know, where else do you go if you don't give her a strong booking? Then she's going to be gone. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
We're gonna talk so much more about that on our 3 count. Even if you're not watching us live, make sure you download Tuesday's episode of 3 count, because there's a lot there, and I think we may spend a little bit more time on that topic. All right. So the very last one here is best in show. You know, I'll go here. Best in show for me has to be SmackDown. It was great from beginning to end. You know, seeing the SUVs pull up, the Usos jump out, and you got the tribal chief just from the start of that going right into Pat McAfee using this telescriptor. Of course, the Ricochet Corbin match I enjoyed. The Shinsuke Ludwig match, boy, this is going to be great for that title coming up in about a week to see how that's going to go. And even the gauntlet match, the women's gauntlet match to see who's going to compete with Liv. I thought that was pretty entertaining as well. They also said they were bringing back the Raw Women's Tag Team Championship, so we're going to see how that comes together. And of course, the tribal chief ending the show and bringing Carrion. So SmackDown was definitely the highlight for me. It was tough though, because Raw was doing some awesome stuff. NXT was doing some awesome stuff. So I don't know. Let's go over to you. Let's go to you, Matt Michaels. What was your best in show this week?
If I have to say show, I'll give it to NXT.
Okay.
You know, pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that on SmackDown, you did skip something, and I'm
Oh
surprised
yeah.
that you skipped Sami Zayn and
Oh, I was
how
just about to say it.
integral he
I know.
Yeah.
was.
He was
That
on
was
fire.
just fucking amazingly good stuff. So,
Yeah.
plus that, you know, who knows what they're setting up with him going forward? Because, you know, we're seeing that the Uses are, you know, one brother, doesn't really mind him being a stooge. The other wants to kick him fucking out of the fucking
Right.
building and take his
Yeah.
shirt and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, we'll see what happens with Sammy. But by far, best in show was Karrion Kross coming back. And you know, this is the funniest thing is that right now, a week ago, Karrion Kross was wrestling on the Ric Flair retirement card.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's
There
what
you go.
happened in a week.
Yeah.
And you know, the for anyone who thinks that they know exactly, you know, oh, you know, this person won't be brought back, or you know,
Yep.
Hunter doesn't like that person, or Hunter likes this person and he favors that. Yeah, you don't know shit until it happens, because it's still fucking business. And you
Yeah.
know, regardless if it's Vince or Hunter, it's a business.
Yeah.
And we also don't know the impact of Vince being stripped away in terms of how much they're willing to open up their pocketbooks a little bit more. So
Mm.
it's another thing.
Yeah. Simon Street, best in show.
Well, you know what? I gotta say, SmackDown, but only by a hair, and that hair is Killer or Karrion Kross. About to say Killer Cross, but
Yeah.
Karrion Kross. But I mean, as you kind of mentioned earlier, man, Raw was on a whole nother level to where I watched it and didn't realize watching 3 full hours. That's a change of pace.
There was a
As for
lot
what,
of wrestling that was going on, and just really
yeah,
good matches too. You know.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. I mean, AJ Styles wrestled twice, outstanding matches. Big shout out to him. But like I said before, it's got to go to SmackDown, and the reason why I say that is just how they set up everything. Like almost every match or segment that they had sets up for something that's coming up. And I gotta appreciate it, as Michaels had mentioned, whole thing with Sami Zayn going right into it, right? The Ricochet and Happy Corbin, that's gonna be something. Shinsuke, the win over Ludwig Kaiser, and him having a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, that's coming up. Liv Morgan getting booed, we already know that's coming up. Shayna Baszler, the Viking Raiders still jumping on people like it's crazy, and Kofi Kingston's coming out. The point that I'm saying is SmackDown utilize their time with precision efficiency, I felt. And I feel like that's a real good shot of the future. Does that mean that, the future's looking bright based on the changes that WWE has made? We don't know. I couldn't even tell you. But what I can tell you is that I had a huge feeling, and we'll talk about it in a 3 count. I'll go more disclosure about interesting conversation I had at 3 p.m. Pacific time before Karrion Kross actually ended up on SmackDown. And, certain people think that would never happen, and somebody else who confirmed is coming back. Mm-hmm. But SmackDown, thoroughly entertained. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Well, good stuff, guys. That definitely is our wrestling talk for the week. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you are watching us live, we definitely appreciate it. I'm sorry I forgot to mention throw your comments into the box, but there's always next week. We're always here. But yeah, make sure you tune in just so you have an idea if you are watching and know what the what parts of the 3 count we're about to have. You can kind of read our ticker below. You can kind of get an idea. But you can always, if you want to follow us or jump on live, it's every Sunday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And as long as you are following us or subscribe or something on Twitch, on Facebook Live, or on YouTube Live, you should be able to get those notifications and then come in live with us. If you're unable to do that, we thank you for downloading. We're on pretty much every platform you can think of. So that's that. So with that, we'll go ahead and get ready to end the show. We will see you next week. Hopefully have Sin City back. Maybe he can help explain what the hell's going on his favorite show there. And we'll just continue doing what we do. All right. Until then, take care. Happy wrestling. Peace.